But speaking of jokes,
so I made a TikTok today.
Oh yeah, I seen it. That was different.
Yeah, so
I am now white.
Yeah, apparently. So I essentially made a video today where I destroyed this one dude because he made a video, and it wasn't just him. It's been a bunch of people recently trying to like undermine trans people and trying to say like, oh, if you can say I identify as a guy or a woman when you're not, well, I can say I identify as black. A gahyuk. So, people have been making this argument, and
weird, man.
Yeah, and people have been like parroting this guy's talking points because one dude basically went viral on TikTok for saying it, and then so I responded. I tore him to shreds, and now everyone's like, it was clearly a joke. It gets me thinking about like the type of things that we can allow, because there's a difference between like something that's obviously a joke, like no brainer,
and that's a bad joke.
And
a horrible joke, and then on top of that, how do you joke but then provide
exactly
his logic? You know what I'm
saying? His entire video, there was no obvious satirical tone.
What are those JJ drafts I see?
No, these are private videos because I upload the video private before I edit it. Shut up. So essentially, he makes this video saying, I'm black, and I know a lot of people have a problem with me saying I'm black, but, what are you doing, Alan?
No, I'm laughing at, hey, there's that.
What?
You follow Michaela Dancer, right?
I hate you so much. Everybody follows her. Stop it. Anyway,
follow who?
So this is
that girl.
Yeah, she been on TikTok forever.
You down horrible.
So, he basically makes a video where he essentially says, "I'm black." A lot of people have an issue with me saying I'm black, but you know what? You know, transgender people, or I'm transracial, because why can we do it with race? Why can't we do it with race? Well, you can do it with gender and say you identify as blah blah blah. And then people are in my comments like, "Oh, it was a joke." Fam, first of all, not a funny joke if it was. Second of all, doesn't really matter, because when your joke is a video where you're straight face rattling off transphobic talking points that have been used before your video was made and then continue to be used especially afterwards by other people on the app that I've seen, that's not a joke. That's a dog whistle. So I don't understand why people will like watch it and be like, oh my god, he was just joking, because they aren't turned on to the fact that what he's saying is just disguised transphobia. It's literally nothing other than that. It wasn't funny, it wasn't obviously satirical, it was just dumb. So here, we're gonna dig into this.
Okay, before I get this talking point up out of here, I don't want to hear anybody ever make this argument ever again.
No, first of all, I'm transracial. You know how there's transgenders and all that stuff, you know? I'm transracial.
Nope, these two concepts are not the same. Transracial has been historically used to describe the living experiences of children who are adopted by parents of another race. People began using it very incorrectly after Rachel Dolezal used it to justify her becoming...
I want to see the responses to this comment real quick. Hold on. Where is funny? Nowhere. I think it was funny. I think he was just doing... like, I don't think people understand what a joke is. I've started to more and more realize that people don't understand what a joke is. It's either someone will try to be obviously funny and people will get butthurt about it, or someone will just say something that's racist, or just say something that's homophobic or transphobic, and then they say it's a joke. And people are just like, I think he was joking. No, because the moment we allow those jokes... those quote-unquote jokes to manifest themselves.
It's TikTok, though, exactly. So, like, on TikTok, people say racist things, it's dark humor. It's a joke.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, people genuinely got upset when people started, like, to peep, like, the whole dark humor things when they was just getting worse and worse. And people were like, oh, my God, we can't say nothing. Like that one trend that's been going around where, like, a white girl or someone who's not black will go under that audio, like the Black Barbie thing. And then people are like, fam, you know, like, Barbies... used to only be white, so you went under the one audio that specified it was black for like black women empowerment, and then you sung along to it. Like, y'all trying to antagonize and then wondering why people are like, yo, stop that. And then it was just a joke. Oh, we can't do this now. No, you're just trying to look for something like that. It's so
black,
stupid.
even though she was raised by her biological parents who were white and all her first living experiences were that of a white person. She essentially completely misused the term, which left the door open for people to make very idiotic arguments in the future.
I mean, why can't you do it with genders, but can't do it with race?
Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. Your race...
That question right there is something that I've literally heard. When I was doing the research for this video, I came across an opinion piece from The Hill when I was Googling that, and a dude just like, why the left's argument for transgenderism doesn't make sense. Because if gender is fluid and it's a social construct, why isn't race? If you can say I identify as black, like, people have been saying this to try to belittle trans people and be like, see how stupid it is that you exist? So you can't just repeat that same talking point in the exact same way that these people say it and then claim it was a joke when you take heat for it. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Or ethnicity is based on your ancestry. It's not assigned at birth like gender is. You can pretty confidently determine the race that a child's going to be based on the parents. You can't do that with gender. There are medically recognized terms like gender dysphoria to understand the psychology behind transgender people. There is no such science behind whatever you're describing. Because as we found out before, your use of transracial is incorrect. You also cannot choose to be transgender. Whereas the incidences you can point to of people being, quote, transracial are all white people who just decided one day to be black. Not only does that belittle the experiences of the adopted children the term is meant to represent, it also belittles the experience of the black people who cannot choose to be black or white. And your comparison to transgender people belittles their experience because they do not choose to be transgender.
What are they gonna say? They're gonna say me being transracial is racist? Alright, then you being transgender is sexist.
No, but you incorrectly using the term transracial in order to point out some...
Yeah, that blew me. First of all, I'm happy that TikTok allowed me to do 3-minute videos because I wasn't going to get this all in 1 minute. Second of all, dude goes, if you're saying me saying I'm transracial is racist, then you being transgender is sexist. First of all, gender and sex are two separate things. So that would be genderist? I don't know, but oh my god, my head. No, that's not
bothered, bro.
You saying, "Hey, I'm black," in order to try to make a petty argument as to why trans people are invalid. That could be considered transphobic and racist. But trans people existing is somehow... I can't. It's because people forget and they don't think before they post things. And it's very hilarious.
Hypocrisy in supporting transgender people is transphobic. Also, your hypothetical quote about me being transracial is racist, so being transgender is sexist makes no sense considering gender and sex are two completely different things.
For the community who's saying, oh my god, we're so oppressed, but aren't you the one who's canceling people?
Hey,
This is funny, by the way?
Yeah.
That argument's funny?
No, bro.
That's a joke?
You have to live every single day with people not wanting to accept anything about who you are. But guess what? I said something homophobic and got canceled. So really, you're not oppressed. I
can use your logic every day of the week. You're not gonna like it because you know I'm right. And you know you're wrong and you know I'm black.
So essentially, until you can get a medical backing behind your condition.
I think what people are trying... I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt and say that what people are trying to say he's joking about is him saying that he's black. Which I never thought that he genuinely considers himself black. I think that the part that's not funny and that's not a joke.
Well, no, but the point was he was saying I'm black. He was just saying it to make a point.
Exactly. So
the point was still not a joke.
Exactly. So and I hope that people realize that I don't actually think that he's saying he's black. And I hope that's where people are going wrong. Because there's no way someone in their right mind can watch that video, the arguments that he was making, and say, this is just funny satire. That's no. If you laughed at that video, I feel like it's not a joke unless you can quite clearly tell it's a joke. And even if it is a joke, that doesn't mean that jokes are like impervious from having like some sort of effect. If I stand up there and I like just laugh, if I stand up there and I just laugh about some like black negative stereotypes over and over again, yeah, I'm joking. But that still doesn't mean that doesn't have an effect and doesn't affect people's thinking and how they think about it. There are people in his comments like, yeah, oh, you're invited to the cookout for this one. You nice for this one or whatever. Like, yeah, they might think, oh, yeah, a nice, funny video. But that doesn't still mean that they don't think about trans. If you ask them how they think about trans people, they're going to draw back or have some stupid shit to say. Because when you allow this type of attitude to fester and you build a community around it, you allow people to get away with those bad thoughts that they have, which was part of the reason with like that whole thing with I can't ever pronounce his name. Don Lej or whatever the heck his name was.
Don J.
Don J. No one can like that. That's part of the reason why a lot of people got mad. Not necessarily him, but like the community that happened around him and the fact that he never like tried to get rid of those people or whatever. Blah blah blah. And that's a whole other situation. But even if you're joking, your jokes have effects on people. So if you're talking like this, you let everyone around you know that it is okay to believe these things. That's what I've been basically trying to get at. I wouldn't make my videos and push the messages that I thought unless I wanted other people to think like that and go about seeing the world like that. So you can't make a video
or like
on TikTok.
If you say something like that, if you make a video like that, then you should follow up in the caption and be like, "Oh, this is a joke."
Exactly. And I looked at, for matter of fact, let me go find the original video because my video is pretty much done here. So what the heck was the dude's name? Why are all these pop-ups happening? It's annoying.
TikTok needs money. Ad revenue.
I think that's that's what his name was. Soloxos or something like that. It's
Ain't that him?
That's the guy, but like his account recently got banned and then they unbanned it, so it won't like ever pop up when I try to find it. I wonder if anyone added him.
Are you black?
He was being sarcastic. You can't.
That's sarcasm? I'm sorry. I feel like people don't know what comedy is anymore.
Right there. Turn out, go down.
Right there.
Wait, it's not an at no.
Yeah.
He got banned.
No, he got banned before for this video. I'm pretty sure, but I think they gave him his account back.
Well, you can't just type it in.
No, I tried and it wasn't. But essentially,
you can look it up.
You can find it on your phone. Definitely.
I'm gonna look at my phone. How you spell it? Solo what? Oh, I found it. It popped up. Are you black? Yes.
Yeah. So here.
Hold on. Shut up. Hold on. Wait, I'm trying to find the video where it says, "Are you black?"
So I said.
Wait, hold on.
What, you found it? It's like it has like 1.something million views or something. You can find it on your phone.
Okay.
So someone commented saying, "Bro just overanalyzed and picked apart a completely satirical video in an attempt to look smart. This was a big miss, bro." And I responded, "Not only was this not funny, people in his comments and in videos I have seen have been using his talking points. This was a talking point on the right even before his video. We don't let jokes like that slide." And dude said, "If I make a joke you don't like, just say it's not funny. You treat it as if he was being serious so you could sound intelligent." First of all, he was there's nothing about the tone. He might not mean, "Oh, I'm black," but there's nothing about the tone of his voice in this video that says,
I'm looking through
joking.
his account. I'm looking through his account. He's just one of them.
He's one of those ones who makes like the edgy jokes, no?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I saw
and his whole fan base is.
You said what?
His whole fan. Hold on, I'm trying to look at it now. Like, for instance, right? He made a video and he was like, and it was another dude saying he was saying some of this stuff, and they were like, "Black Lives Matter. They need to start supporting us, and like this is not okay. Bro. I feel sorry for you. Black Lives Matter. What you know what I'm saying? Like, he basically was like, "Oh, y'all say this all the time. Am I white? I'm black." You know what I'm saying? That's just what he is. He's just a troll.
He's literally he's a troll, and then he makes arguments like this, and then people get to laugh and be like, "Oh, it was just a joke." No. Because ultimately, when you expose a lot of people to these arguments, not everyone goes and laughs and like,
yeah, obviously. It's a running joke.
Exactly. Not everybody will go.
He's transracial.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just the weird, joke, bro. It's a bunch of lame.
First of all, that's not a funny
joke.
Just
weird.
Yeah, first of all, that's not a funny joke. Second of all, I understand that the joke is that he's transracial, aka, like I said before, he's not actually saying that he's black. But when you're making that argument in order to compare it to transgenderism to try to invalidate trans people, not everyone's going to watch your video, and especially with the fan base that you have, and go, "Oh, yeah, I'm still totally in support of trans rights, but this was just something funny." What?
there was a dude. He was like, a dude was like, I'm 5'11", but I identify as 5'6". And he was like, so you're transhitual too? And they was
Oh,
like,
I
oh,
saw that comment.
right, no. And then she was like, a dude just. I mean, transgender people actually go to the effect of turning themselves
Hold on, your
into
mic. Hold
women.
on. Repeat what you said.
They said he was like, I mean, it's not. He was like, I mean, transgender people actually go to, wait, actually go, wait, actually to go the no, because he typed wrong. He
Yeah.
said, I mean, transgender people actually go to the effect of turning themselves into women. Your skin does. Your skin. What is he saying?
He's not
Wait,
very good at
you're
English.
still. Yeah. They're basically saying that your skin is still white, and
So
she
he
was like,
believe.
yeah.
So
No.
he's
Listen. It's
actually
more.
not joking.
It's more. No. It's more. This was a random fan, and they was like, so do you plan on changing your skin color? If anything, you can identify as a trans idiot. Jesus Christ. And then there was a person like, that's racist. And they were like, how? You're not making the effort to be black. I am black, so don't use my race to just justify your transphobia. And it was like, listen, black and white is just the color, it doesn't change anything. We're all the same on the inside. You're legit talking about trans people. They could be anything as wait. They could be anything they want as long as they're I don't know.
So
They're weird.
essentially, he's using the fake like, oh, I'm black argument in order to try to make in order to try to show how I guess stupid trans people sound, which again is transphobic because you're saying that their existence is
Said
dumb
I'm
because
fat. He was like, I'm fat, but I identify as skinny. I'm trans slender.
fem that's their whole thing. That's their whole thing.
I don't
And when
know.
you genuinely voice these criticisms, like why can you do it with gender, but you can't do it with race? That's something that people genuinely think about. And when you have a whole community that's not going to question that, you make those ideas fester there, and you make those ideas like just normal. So what is the end result of that? The same thing like the Don J situation.
Yeah,
where
this
it's
is
like,
this is basically what's it called. And then you use it's bad. It's a troll account. So you do stuff like this, and then you use the joke. You keep the joke in the background. You go deeper and deeper into it, and then when something like
yep,
this is big, then it's like then you pull the joke out of nowhere to try. When
exactly.
really you were just trying to get as deep as you possibly could to your actual beliefs of transphobia / racism.
That's
That's literally what it
that's like you
was.
start the joke
As
by
in, he's
going,
gonna go deeper and deeper and deeper. He got banned. He's like, oh, he's gonna follow this little road of cloud with all these other transphobic people, and then every time someone says this is not right, bogus, this is not a joke, then they're gonna say, how you gonna tell him what he is? It is a joke. You're a snowflake. It's like, all right.
and it's like how it's a very effective strategy actually. It's kind of like going, oh, where did COVID come from? COVID must have come out of nowhere. Then a few days later, you're like, you know what? I think there was some evidence that it might have come from the government, you know? Oh, no, it was just a joke. I don't know where it came. And then a few days later, see, now Anthony Fauci doesn't want to talk about it because blah, blah, blah. Nah, it was just a joke. And you just keep working further and further until that thought of COVID came from the government or some shit conspiracy is just kind of normalized. And all the people that you know and you talk to are just kind of like, yeah, I wonder where it did come from. But then they keep thinking, oh, nah, it's a joke. Nah, fam. If you're making those arguments and you're voicing those opinions in the way that you're doing it, you're going to run across a lot of people who just think about it like that. I can guarantee you there are not progressive people in his audience that are for real like, oh, we completely understand the intricacies of transgenderness, but this joke about him comparing it to race is funny. What? No, it's people who don't understand or do not care about trans people or want to make it seem like, oh, there's some hypocrisy there that are in his audience. So it's a damn shame that some people will see that and be like, oh, it's a completely innocent joke. But you know what? Sometimes you can't stop people from being stupid. So, that's my take on that. Well, moving along, we've moved through a lot of things.
You're always gonna have people like this.
Yep, always.
You're always gonna have people like this, but in real life, not hiding behind the screen, this doesn't fly.
Exactly.
And they know it wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As in, if he walked up to me and was like, I'm black, and tried to, do some other stuff, he's getting getting this right hook. Like, nah, because it's not funny. It's not funny. Like, especially to a black. I mean, oh my God, there's black people in his comments like, oh bro, you're hilarious, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
It's
can
not.
guarantee that they're just like, oh,
Like, bro,
this
it's
is
like,
funny and I'm black.
it wouldn't be funny, right? It wouldn't be funny. We were just talking about this. Everybody has limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny until it's oh, he walks up to you in public or black, and then he turns around and call your mama the N-word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, what the, you know what I'm saying? Or he comes to your cookout and says some racist stuff to your grandma. And it's like, nah, like for real. It's all, everybody has their limits. Everybody will say people whose limits are a certain thing. Everybody will always say they're a snowflake. Unless, I mean, I feel like some people actually do be tripping sometimes, like overly sensitive.
Yeah.
But like with something like this, I'm not gonna blame you if you're like mad about this. It's like, dog, come on, like, you're not black. You're not black, especially as much as I see it on that app, bro. It's like there's
and
so
I've
many
seen this
people on
argument
that
more
app.
and more now.
There's so many people on that app that want to be black / to be like, it's just annoying. Even
especially
the cookout,
right
like,
after
you're invited to
that,
the cookout. What happened?
I was gonna say right after that whole like Black Barbie thing that I was talking about before, this argument started cropping up a lot. Like, oh, y'all like trans people, but what about trans race? Blah blah blah. And now it's like you can't just sit there and be like, oh no, it's all a joke, blah blah blah, because people are actually starting to believe this shit now.
Exactly.
But you know,
no. That's what I'm saying. As in, like, there's people, bro. There's somebody out there that's like, I identify as black the same way you identify. It's like, that's not how that works.
Exactly.
You can't just identify like, it's annoying.
Hey, you want to know?
You can identify as black, but if you're
the history behind like transracialism has nothing to do with just like with being like, oh, I feel bad. I don't feel like comfortable in my white skin, so I'm gonna get reassignments. No, it was used to describe people who were adopted into families that weren't of their race, and then their struggles when they became older of like, who am I actually like that. That's what transracialism was to describe. It's not, I'm a white person, I just felt like being black, so I'm gonna become like, that's not what that was. And he's using the word completely wrong, and I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid people, in short.